And the recording will be available for those people that are unable to stay for the entire 60 minutes, or those who are not available to attend at this time. So once again, my name is Prince Will Aredo. I'm a registered nurse from Nigeria. I'm one of the co-partners for Empower Nurses Consult. Currently handle the portfolio of nurse executive. Empower Nurses Consult, we are a leading human capital development organization focused on creating interactive, engaging, and intellectually stimulating programs and events to increase the capacity of nursing and, of course, to position them for the future of nursing. We've been in existence since 2021 as a company, but Prince, we have been around since like 2016, handling activities and, of course, advancing nursing positively. Today is not about the Empower Nurses Consult. Today is about you, and we've dedicated time, energy, and resources to ensure that we get this information across to you today. And I'm going to be joined by a couple of panelists who are going to be sharing with us practical insights on how we could actually engage on the migration journey to Canada. So first and foremost, I mean, before now, when you hear about coming to leave Nigeria, traveling abroad, or coming to Canada, the first thing that gets to the mind of an average Nigerian nurse is that traveling to Canada, if you do not have such an amount of money, if you don't have an amount of, like, let's say $10,000 to $15,000, if you do not break your bank, you are unable to actually achieve your goal of becoming a Canada registered nurse. I mean, before now, the popular route of nurses leaving Nigeria to Canada involve probably going through a college. Some of the colleges that you know, very, very popular ones, like Omni College Canada, In-School College. These are colleges that are one of the very, very popular ones that recruit international accredited nurses through the education platform. And we'll see how expensive this might actually be. And of course, not just because of the school fees and everything, we also realize that over time, nurses from developing countries like Nigeria, whose average wage is less than $100, might not be able to navigate through their platform. So should a Nigerian nurse dream of working in Canada be shattered because of financial limitations? No. So that's why we have been able to secure progressive collaboration with industry experts and stakeholders who have been there and done that, that have the track record of experience and reputable of providing this type of services to internationally trained nurses from Nigeria and, of course, from Africa. And I'm very, very proud to tell you that at the end of this program, some nurses will just be taking their first step to becoming a nurse in Canada. We've seen cases where you hear about, like, oh, I need to get some money to actually come to the country. And a lot of people be like, as I in disbelief, when I put on the copy out there yesterday that you could actually come to Canada without actually breaking your bank, a lot of people be like, oh, I mean, it's not possible. Well, the truth is that the information you knew 2 years ago and the information you know today are not the same. With the high pressure on government across the globe, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, USA, government of these countries, government of these various countries have been compelled to put in place measures that can actually bring international educated nurses and healthcare workers into their countries. And many of these measures that these organizations and countries are bringing out, these measures are not advertised on social media. They are not on Google. They are not everywhere. These information are only accessible to stakeholders who are involved in the healthcare planning of that particular province or that particular country. So with this program that we're doing today, I'm proud to tell you that these are people that are going to be sharing us practical information on how to navigate this, and I'm not going to be saying so much. I also have some people who are currently in Canada that have actually come through these routes, and they are going to be joining us on the live show very, very soon to tell us how they left from Nigeria to Canada and what was actually involved. Without wasting much time, I have a special guest in the house today. I mean, this man is someone that has a high reputation and character, and of course, is very, very passionate and keen in uplifting the profile and status of nurses globally. And of course, with the track record of healthcare experience and management, we are super excited to introduce and invite Mr. Daniel Morka tonight. And he's going to be sharing with us practical tips, sharing his experience, and his insight about how international educated nurses can navigate their way to becoming a nurse in Canada. Please join me as I make welcome Mr. Daniel Moka. Mr. Daniel, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Principal. It's such a pleasure and a huge honor to be invited to this platform. It's amazing the work you've been doing, and I'm just excited to be able to share my 2 cents. To be honest, I won't claim to have all the answers, but what I can do is to provide you a lot of transparent information that will be useful to all of you on this call that I'm looking to move over to Canada.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. Yeah, so we're definitely going to be having some questions for Mr. Daniel, and he's definitely going to be telling us about some of the answers where we're going to get practical insight from this afternoon. So basically, I mean, I just mentioned your name, Daniel Moka. Do you want to tell us about your experience in supporting international educated nurses to actually move to Canada? I mean, how has it been to you? From like, are you a nurse? What's your interest and passion? And what have you been doing in the couple of years to actually help international educated nurses to come to the UK and Canada?
I'm going to begin by just letting everyone know that in case you see me looking over here, I have a different screen here. So it's just in case. I'm paying full attention to everyone, and I just want to make sure that everyone is aware. But before I also introduce myself, I would like to start with a simple game. I know like this is a forum that everyone has joined, to gain information, but I also want it to be very interactive, where everyone is able to feel like they can connect with me as well. That being said, I have a simple game that I'm going to be playing with you right now. And the winner or whoever is able to quickly provide the answer to a question I have will be invited to join a cohort of 30 nurses that my team is currently putting together to help facilitate their journey to Canada. Prince, will I have your permission on that, right?
100%, 100%.
Perfect. So this game we're going to play is called 2 Truths and a Lie. Okay, so I'm going to tell you 2 correct information about myself, and also 1 lie about myself. Whoever feels they can guess that answer, please just use the raise hand feature in front of you, and the team at Empower Nurses will pick someone to answer the question. Whoever gets that answer first will be contacted and will be included in that cohort that I spoke of earlier. Is everyone ready? If you're ready, just give me a thumbs up. Amazing. Okay, amazing, perfect. So listen carefully, okay? The first statement I'm going to say is, I have lived and worked on 4 different continents. That's the first one. The second one is that my partner is Kenyan. And then the third one is that I have a 2-year-old daughter. So if anyone has information on which one is the truth or which one is the lie, please raise your hand, and please, Prince, will just let me know when someone has been chosen.
Yeah, definitely, I got that. Yeah, so Toby Toby going to be on the lookout for us there as well. Ofela, please. Okay, so we have Miriam. Miriam is the first to respond. So how are we going to do? Are we going to pick okay, we have a lot of people raising their hands. So guys, I think Daniel wants you to answer the question. The first question, which is true, which is a lie. So I think that's what you want, Daniel, right?
Yeah, the answer I need is which one is the lie. So there are 2 truths in those 3 statements. So we're looking for just one.
Just one lie.
Yeah,
okay,
so you can pick anybody at random. It's almost like a raffle draw. Let's take it as a raffle draw, okay? So you can pick anyone in the audience that has raised their hand, and then we'll take it up from there.
Okay, yeah. So currently, we can't bring anybody from the audience to speak.
Prince, I can allow that.
Oh, can you allow that? Okay, yeah. So just bring somebody at random to speak, please. Toby, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Evelyn, if you can hear me, I would allow you to talk now and give your answer. Evelyn, you can speak now, please.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
I think the lie is your wife is a Kenyan.
I would not answer that. I will not provide you an answer just yet. Let's try another person. Let's get 5 people.
Thank you very much.
Okay, but thank you, Evelyn.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Toby, bring another person.
Yeah, right about now. Okay, Adedumola, I would allow you to talk now. Adedumola Adeniro. Yes, please go ahead and give your answer, Adedumola.
Toby, check your WhatsApp DM too.
Okay. Adedumola, your mic is muted. Can you please unmute your mic and speak?
We just drop her and bring somebody else.
By the way, I love all the interaction going on in the chat. It's a lot of good guesses, and I'm excited to reveal this answer at the end of this activity.
Okay, Nozedu, I just picked you to answer the question. Can you please unmute yourself and answer the question? Nozedu, or yeah, I don't know if I got that name right. Okay, Nozedu is not speaking as well. I'll just, okay.
Okay. I think the lie is you have a 2-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Thank you for joining. we'll get you feedback after the response. Yeah. So more people, Toby, please. Let me see.
Okay, Chioma, you have the microphone now. Please go ahead and give your answer, Chioma.
Chioma, mute your mic, please.
Okay, if Chioma is not speaking, I'll just drop and pick another person now. Ade Banke, please unmute your mic and give your answer now. Ade Banke.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Ade Banke.
Yeah, the lie is that you've worked and live in 4 different continents.
Possibly, but thank you for your answer. So 2 more to go. 2 more to go. I wonder who's going to win this one.
Okay, Kingsley, can you please unmute yourself and give your answer? Kingsley. Chuku Kingsley. If you can hear me, please unmute your mic and give your answer, Kingsley.
Toby, have you sent the email, please?
Kingsley, we can't hear you speak. Oh, okay, Kingsley is still trying to connect to audio, so I'll just take him down, bring up another person.
One last person, Toby. One last person.
All right, Favor Shitsu, can you unmute your mic and please go ahead and speak? Favor Shitsu.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Favor.
Okay, I think the lie is your wife is a Kenyan. Yeah, that's the lie.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you very, very much, Favor. I know Prince Will said that only one person was left, but I think we have one more slot, and I would like to override Prince Will, if he accepts, to give that opportunity to Akoko Keza. Because sure, I just noticed the comment, and to be honest, this is a very equitable platform. We want to give opportunities to everyone, and I'm sure that the team didn't have any intention of only choosing Nigerians, because at the end of the day, it's very difficult to decipher from the names who is Nigerian and who is not, you know?
Okay, good evening, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity. I think you've worked in 4 different continents, Eli.
Interesting. Okay, thank you so much for your contribution, Akoko. I hope I got that pronunciation right as well. So now this is a time to actually reveal the answer. And the first statement I said was, I have lived and worked on 4 continents. That is the truth. That is the truth. I've lived, obviously, I'm Nigerian by birth, and I've lived and worked in Africa as a result. But I've also lived and worked in the UK as well. And I've lived and worked in Asia, which is where I lived in China for about 4 years. And I'm now currently living in Canada, which is not America. So that is a truth. Secondly, the other statement I said was that my partner is Kenyan. That also is the truth. I've been with my current partner since 2019, and we relocated to Canada together. So yes, that is the truth. And the third is actually the lie. So I do not have a 2-year-old daughter, although I have 4 nieces that I'm very proud of, and I love to do that of me. So I think the person that actually got that answer first is Nos Edu. So congratulations.
Wow, congratulations, Nurse Edu. You've just been selected among a cohort of 30 nurses from Nigeria who will be joining the special batch that are going to be facilitated to come to Canada very shortly. Congratulations, Nurse Edu. Please send your details, your full name, mobile number to empowernursesint@gmail.com. I'm just going to put that on the chat box. Send an email to empowernursesint@gmail.com, or you can send me a DM. All right, congratulations. Nurse Jennifer, please, you've been invited to join the panelists. Kindly accept your invitation. Thank you. Nurse Daniel, you can go ahead, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal. And firstly, I'm not a nurse. just to clear that up real quick.
Sorry,
I'm not a nurse.
It's kind of used to me, like those of us in this conversation. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
No worries at all. So good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you're joining from. My name is Daniel Malka. I consider myself a serial immigrant, also because of the fact that I've lived in several different places and cities across the world. Just to give you a brief overview of my experience and how I've gotten here today, over the last 10 years, I've been privileged to live in these places. And in 6 of those 10 years, I had the opportunity to be the chief operating officer for a consulting firm, a Nigerian consulting firm, that was very instrumental in setting the processes or systems, or making the processes and systems for immigrating to UK as a nurse mainstream. Before we got involved in that, relocating to the UK as a nurse was not a thing. And then as far back as 2013, we were approached by a very big firm in the UK who said, oh, you know what, we're looking for people that can help us effectively bring in internationally educated nurses. Prior to that time, we were in a lot of recruitment, or we're having a lot of recruitment gigs or contracts, and we had not necessarily delved into healthcare. And someone told us, like, look, we like what you do, and we'll love to help, see if you could help us facilitate this. So we took on that opportunity as novices. You know, we didn't know what to expect or how to make sure that nurses are able to get the right services in place to make that transition to the UK. But we did our research and put together a simple step plan. And over the next couple of 6, 7, 8 years, we had the opportunity to go to Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, to organize hiring events, and helped a lot of nurses and place them in different roles across the United Kingdom. One of the things that I noticed, however, when we were undertaking that contract, was that a lot of the nurses that we placed, and I feel like the number of people in this room, 223, I feel like maybe one might have actually come across me in that while I was going on that journey. The name of the consulting firm is LP Consult, so maybe someone might have heard of that back in the day or recently. And if you have heard about that, yeah, feel free to share in the chat room as well. But one of the things that I noticed while going through that was that while we were fulfilling our obligations, placing nurses in different facilities across the UK, because of our inexperience, we were only treating nurses as numbers. So for us, it was like we needed to make money. You know, we had certain targets every year. So it was like, oh, get them going. Once they arrive in the UK, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. But the problem with that was that I'm a very empathetic person. And as a result, I feel a lot of emotions, you know, and when you're helping nurses transition into life in a new country, it takes upwards of 6-7+ months with one nurse, you know, go through the immigration process, put the right documents together, all of that stuff. And when you keep on communicating with someone over that length of time, you begin to form connections, you know, and in forming these connections, a lot of nurses, after they had arrived in the UK, maybe got upset with me, you know, because after they arrived, I couldn't keep up with the communication because I had to go on to other things. I was leading a consulting firm, so I needed to keep on getting people through the pipeline as quickly as possible, you know. But that also made me start thinking that someday in the future, if I had the opportunity, I would love to create a platform that helps nurses not just get jobs, but looks after some extra other problems that they might have. One, immigration paperwork. Two, maybe connecting them to people in the community that they're going into that could help them settle in as quickly as possible, or even help their families, you know, in terms of relocating to Canada or UK, in whichever case it may be. And that just set me on this journey that I've been on. And I put that at the back of my mind while I was still living in the UK as well, because I've always had this goal to work on 4 continents. And that's the reason why I have worked on 4 continents. So I knew like setting up a business that would do this would still be a long way away. Fast forward to now, I relocated to Canada last year. And I came in on a PR with my partner. And I came into the system and realized, like, look, this problem that I was helping organizations in the UK solve is also a massive problem here as well. I mean, go on the news, it's clear for all to see that something needs to be done. And I thought about the fact that if I had this experience and I always thought about setting up a company like this, maybe the time was right. And that is what led me on the journey to create a platform called Essential Recruit. Essential Recruit is pretty much a software that we are selling to organizations, healthcare systems in Canada that connects internationally educated nurses to them, also helps internationally educated nurses to get jobs, relocate, and to thrive in communities across the country. I'm excited to share some more information as we go, but this is just like a brief introduction to the person behind this, called Daniel.
Thank you very much, Daniel, for that inspirational talk. I mean, and of course with the game, it was very, very exciting. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed right, even despite the fact that I'm only first of So I'm so excited to know that Nurse Edu guessed right. And of course, congratulations for also being a visionary. I mean, some people come to a new country and it's to see a challenge, and of course, to be bold and brave enough to confront that challenge with innovative ideas and solutions is actually what makes you a distinguished innovator. So we really want to commend your courage and sacrifice and effort you've put together. Despite not being a nurse by profession, you actually see that this is actually something that you can actually help with Nigerians. And we are very, very grateful for taking that bold step to support Nigerian nurses. I mean, guess what? I already have Nurse Edu on my DM, like, hey, I want to be on that course. I was the lady that won the giveaway. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Canada, trust me, Nigerian nurses are not joking. We are not playing yet, trust me. And we're not playing, we're not playing. There's no time to play. All right, so I mean, just, you know what you mentioned about Canada, when you mention the term Canada, people feel like Canada is like one place where the system is just perfect, where there's like angels and everything. It's a beautiful country, like there are no challenges. Can you tell us about what is happening right now in the Canadian healthcare workforce and what your company is actually trying to do to actually solve that problem?
Before I go into that, I'm going to touch on something that you just said, which I think is a very, very, very important piece of information that a lot of people need to keep at the back of their mind when thinking about Canada. Canada is not a bed of roses. No, to be fair, nowhere in the world is a bed of roses. And this is coming from someone that has lived in different parts of the world, including China. I made the mistake of also thinking before coming to Canada that, oh, it's all going to be smooth sailing. I mean, if you look at me now, I'm probably weighing maybe close to 80 kg, or maybe 70 something kg. But before I came to Canada, I was 94 kg. So you can see I've lost a lot of weight, you know, and that is because, you know, sometimes you make assumptions about a place that you're going to. And if you're not careful and you don't set the right expectations for yourself, that can lead to very disappointing results. But nonetheless, you don't need to worry about me. I'm good. I've been able to learn fast and adapt, and I'm on track to getting back my weight back. You know, I actually do love 94 kg. And I don't care what you think. I'm not fat, you know. But that being said, the situation in Canada is quite dire. It's quite dire, rather. Permit me. According to the Canadian Nursing Association, Canada needs at least 60,000 nurses before the end of 2023 to solve or meet its growing healthcare demands. I mean, these demands have been expedited by the pandemic, which you all know, COVID. Canada also has an aging population, which means that automatically there are more people looking for care support through the long-term care facilities or even home care organizations as well. There's also the part that Canada's aggressive immigration policies are playing, which is also leading to accelerated growth across the different provinces, and has also increased the demand for healthcare. Because as people, I just saw a comment from Uche Joy asking if it's 60,000 nurses or 6,000 nurses. It is actually 60,000 nurses. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought, but please excuse me. The demand, which has also, the immigration pathways or the immigration policies of Canada has also increased the number of people coming in, and automatically that means that there are more people that are putting pressure on the Canadian health system. I mean, I came last year, I wasn't here the year before. So me, people like Prince Will, and a couple of other people that are coming here every year, we have different health needs. And as we come into the country, there's a need to satisfy everyone. Right now, in the province I live, it's quite difficult to even get a doctor assigned to you. Like, you probably need to wait a couple of months before you even get a family doctor assigned to you. Not to even talk about having a nurse to attend to you when you go to the emergency room. If you even go on the news, I think it was last month in New Brunswick, which is a nearby province from where I live, there was a patient that actually died in the waiting room while waiting for someone to attend to them. I had a conversation recently with someone, that was actually yesterday. He dislocated his elbow, and for people like myself who are highly grossed out about those sort of things, because I have a very graphic memory. So when someone tells me that he had a dislocated elbow, I immediately picture how gross that looks, you know? And he told me that he went to the ER with his dislocated elbow and was just given morphine after maybe 3 hours and was kept there for the next 5 hours without attention. This is how bad it is, you know, and something has to be done. If I can even highlight how big a problem this is, the province I currently live, which is called Nova Scotia, I'm currently based out of Halifax in Nova Scotia. There are over 2,500 open healthcare positions, and these numbers, 2,500 open positions, are not just limited to Nova Scotia alone. There are similar or more numbers in provinces in different parts of Canada, you know? And I'm talking about all 13 provinces and territories across Canada. So you can imagine, even if you say there are just 2,000 open positions in each of these provinces and territories, that means you're looking at let's say, 20,000 open jobs right now. And bear in mind that this is a moving target because this positions, as more people come into the country and as more people are aging, there is a higher demand for more nurses. So this open positions are going to keep on increasing as time goes. So there's opportunity for everyone if you decide to choose Canada. One thing I'd like to actually point out at this point is that these positions that are open or available for people to get is not necessarily an indication that there are no nurses or qualified nurses in Canada. I mean, Prince Will is a very highly qualified nurse and he's in Canada, maybe not necessarily practicing yet as a nurse, but that is where the problem lies, you know, because there's a lack of transparency and there's a lot of misinformation in the hiring, in the licensing, and the immigration of nurses. And that's what we as Essential Recruit exist to tackle. We believe that for this problem to be solved, there has to be an innovation. There has to be an innovation that needs to be created that looks to connect nurses, like I said earlier, to jobs and assist them with immigration, because that is a whole different ballgame entirely. I've been privileged to be able to process my own immigration paperwork for all the countries I've lived in and successfully never been denied, which I'm very grateful for. But there are a lot of people that would think about immigrating to a new country and open the immigration website and get overwhelmed. And I mean, I experienced that when interacting with nurses while recruiting them to the UK as well. So if we want to bring people over to the country, there needs to be solutions that can assist them in providing the right information and the right steps, you know, not just the right steps, but clear steps that enables them to get those jobs, to immigrate, and to also settle in these communities. Like I said earlier, it's just a habit of having to set the right expectations. I don't claim to have all the answers, you know, but as I interact with nurses and as I come on platforms like this, it's very important that I learn and my team also learns as we grow. So we would never provide information or create a solution that is not transparent. And what we're doing right now is to make sure that we can provide you all the support that you need to make that jump. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you so much. That was very, very brief. I mean, providing support to make people have the journey. Just to clarify some things here. I'm seeing some comments on the comment section. I'm sorry, Daniel. This is not my usual character. Yeah, you know, I'm involved in personal development, so I like to help and train nurses. When you join a group call like this and you start making comments like, "Oga, talk what you want to hear. When is the process starting? How do I go?" Those type of comments automatically disqualify you from being picked among those that should be picked. If you are not able to exercise patience to actually listen to the end, then it probably should be in another meeting. Probably there's somewhere you need to be that you should not be here at this time. So let's try and exercise courtesy when we're in a public meeting like this. And the type of comments you make will either increase the urge of the person who is the guest speaker to say more or say less. Whatever you're putting on the chat box can be seen by everybody here, including the guest speaker. So you don't start making posts like, when is it starting? When is the process starting? And stuff like that, okay? So you have to calm down, please, all right? Thank you very much. So we'll just allow Daniel to have a break, and I'm just going to bring in one of my friends. Daniel, just give us 1 minute. So I want to let nurses know that it's not really like it's not like a movie. I actually have a friend here in Canada. I mean, since these new pathways have been open, lots of nurses have been taking advantage of it since May 2022. And trust me, this information has not been circulated. So I needed to bring some of my friends who came to Canada through this pathway to actually say from their experience, how did they get to Canada and what process were involved. So before now, people believe that, oh, if you don't have up to 10 million, 20 million, you can't come to Canada. So I have a brilliant nurse colleague from Nigeria. I mean, she was just telling me this afternoon that I trained her for basic life support in Lagos and everything. I was so inspired to get to know that. So we have Nurse Jennifer. Nurse Jennifer, I want to see your beautiful face. Good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? Hey, Jennifer, are you there? Jen? I think you should mute your mic and on your video camera, Jane. Okay, whenever she hears me, probably she's going to continue. Are you there now, Jane?
I can't, sorry. It was taking a while.
Oh, okay.
Hi, everyone.
So, how you doing?
All right. Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Yeah,
Thank
good evening.
you, Prince. It's good to have me here.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
It's good to meet everyone. So,
I want to tell us first, like, where exactly are you right now? Like, why?
I'm in Canada. I'm in Brampton, precisely Ontario. So, I met Princeville. That should be 2019. I think I just saw a flyer for training in Ikeja for BLS and stuff, and I just applied. I just paid and I went there. During the teachings, I met some very nice few guys. I think Biola and himself. I took note of him and just the other guy and some other people. And I was like, oh, really? Because for me, before 2019, I used to feel like, okay, nothing. I'm done with ROM. Okay, let me just do ROM and start working in the teaching hospital and all of that again. But when I met Princeton in 2019, it really changed that narrative, because he was not more like the hospital. Because for me, I felt like, okay, fine, nursing, it was like the hospital thing, but he changed that narrative for me. And fast forward to this year, we've always kept in touch. Like when I need to renew my license, how can I go about it? It's always there. So I got to realize that, I saw a post of his like, oh, where are you? And he was like, I'm in Canada. I was like, really? So yeah, we met up and like, oh, really? You're in Canada? So he asked me like, oh, how did you get to Canada? I was like, oh, I got a job. And he was like, okay. So when he told me about this, and I was like, oh, fine, it's cool. It's really cool to come and share how I got here to everyone. Because first of all, for me, when I got this offer, I thought that I needed to do my IELTS. That's the first thing that comes into your head when you hear you need to be in Canada, you get. But for starters, I was, okay, fine, I got IELTS materials to start preparing, but I was told that it wasn't necessary. So I didn't go through the IELTS process. I just submitted my resume to, I think, the HR or the person in charge for recruitment. Then so she was like, okay, fine, your resume is so good, but we had to upgrade it to Canadian standard, but we are going to do all of that for you. You don't have to worry. So they did all of that for me, submitted it, and in less than 2 months, precisely less than 2 months, I got an employment letter. Yeah. So, and I was like, really? Secondly, I didn't have money because COVID just ended in 2020. And this was like in 2021. And I was like, oh God, I don't have money. And she was like, okay, we're going to start something first. Just relax your mind. And the process went on. So it went on for approximately, let me not exaggerate or bring it so much, but at least approximately in less than 8 months. Yeah, I'm sure in less than 8 months. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I mean, now you're in Canada. Did you have to write any professional exam for you to come here?
No. I didn't write there was no exam at all. So the only thing, I submitted my resume and I linked up there. Yeah, my email was there, of course. So they just kept getting back to me. Even like the process, I was just relaxed because it was just an email, go and do your biometrics, and I just go. I do my biometrics. It's time for your medicals. I just get an email, register. That was just it. And my visa came and I got my ticket and I came to Canada and I'm working. Yeah.
So basically what you're trying to say right now is that you submitted your resume and that was it, nothing else.
Yes, that was it.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. I'm so excited. I mean, I try as much as possible to make sure I get a lot of people here who have passed through this pathway. So it's just good to assure us that what Mr. Dan is going to be telling us about today is not like something that he's saying, because I know Mr. Dan is trying to say it easy, like Alajabo, he's taking it easy, slowly, and we're probably not taking information serious. So I need to bring somebody who has been in the trenches, who has seen it all, who knows how it looks like in Nigeria. So I'll try to say to you. So guys, I saw somebody writing there, oh, no NCLEX. Guys, no NCLEX.
No NCLEX, guys, no NCLEX.
no NCLEX. So the truth is that many of you, the information you know about coming to Canada is the information of 2016, is information of 2017. Every year, things are changing.
Sorry, Prince. Is she working as a nurse in Canada? She working as here.
There's no country you can come to Canada and start working as a nurse. I mean, even in the UK, you must do some exam and the rest.
Exactly. I just wanted to be sure because I was seeing no NCLEX and becoming a nurse. I just wanted to be sure to clarify that information.
Yeah. So the idea is that you must be a nurse in your home country. Then when you come over here, you're going to get support to actually become a nurse in the shortest possible time. You get. So
but
just
you're not going to be doing something far from what you do as a nurse in Nigeria. Only thing you're not doing here is that you're not giving medications.
Yeah.
Just like we give medications in Nigeria. So you're doing your normal procedures, but not medications. So just to be clear on that side, yes.
Yeah. So basically, you're going to be working like nurse aide, CCA, or PSAU, or healthcare, just like nursing assistant. Just like in the UK, you work as band 3 before you become band 5, like clinical support worker. So same to you in Canada. So guys, there's a lot happening, and trust me, she mentioned 8 months. 8 months was because it was pre-COVID. Because of the backlog of application from 2020, those that applied for their visa in 2021 were delayed because they needed to clear out the backlog for a new backlog to come in. So right now, if you are going to be among those that will be selected to join this process, trust me, it will not take as much as 8 months. All right. So thank you so much, Jennifer. Last word for those who think they need to have 5 million to come to Canada. Last words for them.
Okay. You don't need up to 5. You don't need all of that. Trust me. Just me. I always advise. Just have know what you want. Have faith. Yes, because it's going to work. Just tell yourself, I'm coming to Canada. Yeah, you're going to be in Canada. Yes, you don't need all of that money. Just know what you want, know what you're coming here to do. Just get focused. So I wish all of you the best. I pray that you all get selected. Maybe if it's in badges, first, second, third. I don't know how many badges, but I wish all of you the best. Yes, to getting selected and coming to Canada. Just that's it. Just get positive about this whole process and be patient. That's it. So that Prince was saying something about like coming. So please, when the process starts, don't bug Prince, don't bug the sponsors or something. Just relax and be patient. Trust me, it's legit. It's going to work out.
Yeah. What about in Jennifer? I know you came through this pathway and it's a very new pathway. Since you arrived in Canada, have you seen any other nurses that have come to this pathway? Like, have you seen more nurses coming to this pathway?
Yeah, I have a lot of them. But when we're talking this afternoon, because you said it was urgent, and like I was like, okay, we're supposed to add some people, but most of them were working already. I am off today. That's why I'm not. I was here. I told you already. So I'm working tomorrow afternoon. So I know. I remember I told you like, we mentioned some people that we both know, but they are working, of course. I have a lot, and now the exciting thing is there are a lot of people here with their families. Yes, a lot of them came with their families and of that. Yeah, at first I was applying, I felt like it was not possible to just come with your family. No, I have at least 4 friends that I started the process with that came with their husbands and their kids. Yeah, it allows you to come with your family, just that you're going to follow the procedures. I think few of them, according to them, they're like, okay, fine, their husbands agree that they're going to stay with the kids while they work or get like a manual job or stuff like that. But their husbands and their kids were all approved, and their kids already started school. And true.
Thank you so much, Jane. I mean, thank you so much for making it today. Despite the short notification, I'm
it's good.
Thank you. I know people are getting excited now in the comment section. I mean, there's fire and the emoji everywhere. Especially when you mentioned about coming with family. I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that. So, I mean, the ball now rests on the court of Mr. Dan, and of course, those that will be patient to the end to actually listen to the good stuff that we have together for them. Thank you so much, Jane. So, Mr. Dan, thank you so much. Thank you. So, just stay around. We'll definitely bring you back. So, Mr. Dan, thank you so much. Third question. I mean, before I want you to talk about the juicy part that I've been waiting for. From your experience so far and with your support in the Canadian healthcare workforce, what do you think are like the advantages of working in Canada? Some of us actually know, like, I'll just pitch some of it in terms of, talk about the advantage in terms of the minimum wage, the pathway to becoming a permanent resident, and of course, support for family. Your mic is muted.
Thank you, Principal, and thank you, Jane. It's such a pleasure to see someone like yourself on this call as well, because I think it's a very good way to let people know that it is possible to relocate to any country you want to relocate to, even if it's not Canada, to be honest. Canada is not the only country looking for nurses. There are so many countries all across the world. You just need the right information to be able to get there. At the same time, I also just want everyone to also be very aware that situations differ, and Nurse Jane was able to come to Canada with an opportunity that gave her pretty much easy access. However, the competition is getting hotter, you know, and there are a lot of provinces, depending on where you get jobs, that also try to make some extra requirements. So while Nurse Jane didn't go through the IELTS process and was able to come here quickly, just bear in mind that some organizations might require some extra things, and it's my deepest and sincere hope that everyone is able to make that journey and come to Canada as quickly as possible. I mean, Prince Will, Jane, myself, and the rest of the team will be happy to welcome you. That being said, just to speak about some of the benefits of working in Canada, I mean, coming from someone that has recruited nurses for the UK as well as Canada, I know this different countries quite well. One of the first things I like to touch on is pay. I mean, that is an important part of any work obligation. So knowing the minimum wage and all of that stuff is very, very helpful in helping people understand which way do they need to go, either the UK or Canada. The UK, from my understanding, and I think my recent research, the UK's minimum wage is around £25,000 for a Band 5 nurse. That is if you work through the NHS. You know, you might get higher opportunities when you work with different care facilities across the country, but I know officially it's around £25,000. And yes, you could get higher depending on your level of experience, but the official minimum wage is around £25,000. However, when you look at Canada, because one, Canada is a country that is looking to attract the best talent. And with attracting the best talent comes costs, you know, so they want to make sure that the best talent is coming here and they're being kept here with the right salaries. So I mean, right now in Canada, the minimum wage you would probably earn for the same level of work that you're going to do in the UK is around $50,000. This is an average of 40 hours. This is an average of a 40-hour work week. So around like $50,000 if you do the maths. I think it breaks down to around closer to $30 per hour, you know, and that is equivalent to 33,000 British pounds if you want to do the conversion, and that's according to today's rates. And this can actually go higher even depending on what province you actually do work in. I mean, in the province I live in, if I'm very correct, in Nova Scotia, the minimum wage for nurses could go as high as 67,000 Canadian dollars. Yes, thank you for clarifying that in the chat. It is Canadian dollars, not US dollars, please. But this number could actually climb to up to $67,000. This is also based on an average of a 40-hour work week and around, I think, $30-something per hour. And if you convert that, that is around £44,000. So you see there's a massive jump in income power between Canada and the UK. However, these different countries also offer different lifestyle balance, opportunities, you know, so depending on where you feel is the best fit for you, money shouldn't play a major role in deciding where you want to work in. Another thing I would like to touch on is the fact that when you come to Canada, especially as a permanent resident, you have opportunities of getting free healthcare for some health services, not all services. It's very important to note this because some people hear about Canada and they hear free healthcare and they think like you can go and break your leg and come and collect free healthcare service. You know, there are some services that you need to pay for. However, at least if you have headache, you can go there and you get a free service, which is very good, you know. And I think the UK also had that. I remember living in the UK and having some services free. If you go to to your, I think it's called your GP or something like that. Can't really remember. I've not lived in the UK for probably 5 years now, so I can't remember that. But I think it's called a GP. So you can go to a GP and receive some services, including drugs as well. But another thing that UK has an extra edge over, Canada has an extra edge over the UK is also free education for people coming with young kids. You know, your kid can actually go to school and have free education, I think up until tertiary level as well, if I'm not wrong. And even if you, as yourself, as a nurse who's probably a permanent resident, if you wanted to go back to school, you're not going to be paying those insane amount of fees, you know, that comes with international students, you know, like all of those what do you call it, 15,000, 20,000 international student fees. You can actually get that cut down because you're considered someone living in Canada. So you're entitled to the fees that people will pay if they were residents or citizens of Canada. The other thing I would like to highlight is the fact that, which is often overlooked, is the fact that the NCLEX exam, which you write to get your RN designation, is also valid for use in the US as well. So this also gives you an opportunity in case you come to Canada and you write your NCLEX, you pass it, you're a registered nurse, and you're like, I don't like this life in Canada. You can probably take that NCLEX exam and also go to the US and get an opportunity that is also easy for you. So, I mean, there are so many other benefits to coming to Canada, to be honest, and there are also so many other benefits to also going to the UK as well. But these are some of the few that I feel like is very important to let people know, so that when they're making their decision, they're very informed and they set the right expectations when making that decision as well.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for that, talking about some of the benefits of working as a nurse in Canada. He did mention about the currency, which is very, very important. And of course, the career progression and career prospects.
Prince, so just sorry to cut you short. I just realized that I actually missed out on one even more important piece of information. And that is the fact that in Canada, it's also easier for you to get your permanent residency, you know. I lived in the UK for a while, and I know, like, even as a skilled graduate with a good paying job, I was working with Amazon, and I used to run operations for Amazon's second busiest site in the entire UK. So, like, I was in a good paying job, you know. However, your long-term stay in the UK is not guaranteed if you're not able to keep on getting that visa renewed for at least 5 years. Compared to Canada, I came to Canada as a permanent resident straight from outside the country. So that is a very, very key point to highlight. And even if you don't come to Canada as a permanent resident and you come with the LMIA or a work permit, it's quite easy for you to get a PR. You can actually, within 3 to a year, you can actually switch your work permit to a permanent resident, depending on if you have an employer that is willing to back you on that journey. Sorry to cut you short, so.
Definitely. I was also going to like highlight on that, oh, you didn't talk about the most important part, because for me, the reason why I left the UK basically was the part of the permanent residency. I mean, working in a country where I'm part of the active force, I'm going to wait for 5 to 6 years before I can become a permanent resident. It didn't really go down with me because I am somebody that I didn't see myself staying in the clinical area for up to that 6 years. Because at any point I tell them that I'm not going to work in the clinical setting anymore, or it's not more interesting to me, the next best option for me is Murtala Mohammed International Airport or Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Nigeria. But yeah, that's it. But in Canada, I mean, just like you said, you can apply from your home country, you can become a permanent resident and say, I don't want to work in the hospital. I want to sit at home. I want to press my phone all day. You have entitlement to benefit. If your kids are born, you get some amount of money. Your kids have free school education and everything. For me, it was more of like the opportunity to live an area where I'm compelled to actually go to work. So if you come to the LMI pathway or the work permit pathway, just like he said, in a year, you can actually become a permanent resident. So what takes 6 years, 5 to 6 years to get in the UK, trust me, it's going to be taking around just 12 months to get it. And I don't know what that means to you. For me, that is a big deal.
I was just about to just mention the fact that, to be honest, if that's the only reason you decide to choose Canada, it is worth it, because again, we are not getting any younger. You cannot be running helter-skelter without stability to you, or without being able to plan years ahead on how you want to make sure your family is taken care of, their well-being and all of that stuff, Being I had my family, I still have family in the UK. My brother is still in the UK. He just had to move from Liverpool to Newcastle because the job that he had is not able to give him the visa that he needs to keep that momentum going. So he had to move from Liverpool to Newcastle with a young kid, with a wife, to start all over again in a different community, just because he's trying to hustle to make sure that he stays in a job that can provide that opportunity. These are some of the things that you don't get in Canada because it's a pretty much straightforward process, So if that's the only reason you choose to come to Canada, it is well worth it, because your stability and your progress is a very instrumental part about you feeling good about whatever job you decide to do.
Absolutely. Like for me, that was the most, like anybody asks me why I left the UK, I pick that answer first. The part that you're going to have a direct path to the permanent residency, it means a lot to me. Just like you said, we're not getting any younger. In the next 6 years, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to apply to stay permanently in the UK. And it's not automatic. You're probably going to be like, oh, you did this in the second year, you did this in the third year, you did this in the fourth year. And come on, it can be very, very crazy. So you are in a country where you are working actively, you are contributing to the tax, but you don't have a stake of even becoming a resident in that country. If any bill change, if any government law change, you could be largely affected. But here in Canada, as a permanent resident, you are here already, and you just have to spend extra 24 months to become a citizen, and you're a card-carrying member of Canada. So for that, I'm not projecting that on everybody.
3 years actually. 3 years actually before you get your citizen.
Yeah, so I'm not projecting that on anybody, but I felt like for me that's actually like a big deal. So Daniel, thank you so much for highlighting that. The third question we're just asking about is we've talked about the benefit of working in Canada. We've talked about what Daniel has been doing with his team to bring people over to the overseas. And just like Daniel mentioned, he's bringing people to the UK and in Canada. He's not just part of his team in Essential Recruit. He have a couple of experienced members who are part of his team as well, with over 30 years of experience in healthcare consulting, management, and decent job recruitment internationally. So don't just say, okay, is it just Daniel? No, there's a team behind this. And if you see the way the poster came out for this program, everything was planned within 48 hours. Like everything was planned within 48 hours. There's some connection you meet with some people, you'll be like, I need to grab this guy to come and talk to my people. That was what happened. When I met Dan, I said, no, this is too good to be true for me not to let my nursing community go. We had to quickly get an upgraded Zoom section, pay for advertisement, pay for graphics to make this work out. And I'm so happy that we actually have our goals of actually getting across to you. And we have as much as, I think we have around 300 people on the call this afternoon. And that's like a very, very good number. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. We really appreciate your time. We do not take it for granted. So now, Daniel, now the main part. What exactly is the pathway for your organization to bring internationally educated nurses to Canada? Before that, guys, anyway, I want Daniel to touch on it because we have two batches we are running. Number one, Daniel company actually have an opportunity to offer a work visa to nurses who are in Canada for study visa. So if you are here, you have any friend or colleague who is a nurse that probably came to Canada to come and study a 1-year course or a 2 years diploma program or a degree, and they are finding it difficult to actually get a job. Their 1-year postgraduate stay is almost expiring. They're looking at going back to Nigeria. Please let them know. I'm saying this for free, and I'm sure Daniel is supporting me on this, that they are in a good position to get a work permit from Daniel's company. Daniel has told us that he has 10 slots for people who are in Canada. First of all, these are the first batch that we're going to be mobilizing. And these are guys that are going to be receiving their employment letter as early as a few weeks from now. So if you know anybody here in Canada who came here through the study work permit, and of course, he or she is looking for a job or he's finished his school program and he cannot get a sponsor to sponsor him or how to work here as a care worker, please send us a DM for the first 10 person only. Okay, if they're in Canada for the first 10 person, send us their tell them to message us through that email. We can get their resume, and definitely we're going to get across to Essential Recruit. So Toby, please put our email on the comment section and pin it on the top post. Then you can put our WhatsApp line as well. So we are prioritizing those in Canada for now. And of course, those of us in Nigeria and UK, please stay tuned. We have so much in stock from Daniel to you. Mr. Daniel, you want to respond to that?
Yes, absolutely. Again, what we're trying to do at Essential Recruits is just to find a way to create a streamlined process or processes for people like yourselves to be able to get jobs and to immigrate and to thrive in communities across Canada. And what our software, the software we're creating is to create a platform where everyone can go and register and get connected to these recruiters. Because like everyone, I can see a lot of comments from the chat, and there are people, I'm seeing people asking what recruiting agencies or who do I speak to, all of that stuff. That's the reason why Essential Recruits exists, you know, because what we're trying to do is to create a centralized platform where people just register, you updates, you almost like a LinkedIn, but for internationally educated nurses, you know, where you can go update your profile, put out your CVs, and recruiters also sign in and they're like, oh, I have a job for you. I post it on the platform, and then you look at it, and then you can apply to those jobs. Once you get the offer, we have a team, like Principal said, we have a team of over 32 years of experience in immigration consulting that will be able to speak with you and provide you one-on-one support to make sure that you're putting together the right documentation, you know, because again, one of the things that people fail to recognize is that getting the job is one thing, you know, making sure that you don't get your visa denied is another thing, because that can go from 0 to 100 real quick, you know. After you got in the job, you celebrated with your family, and then the next thing they're telling that your visa is denied based on things that could have been avoided, you know. So that's what that's why we put together a team that can provide you the support that you need to make sure that you're putting together the right documents and making sure that your application is supported in a way that is successful. That being said, the platform is still in development. We're almost done with the MVP, and some of these cohorts that we're creating, including the 30 nurses that we're also working on in the long term to bring down to Canada, and the 5 to 10 nurses as well that we're also looking, that are currently in Canada that we're also looking to place in jobs. Those are some of the ways that we're trying to test what we're building in order before we're ready to open it up to everyone across the world. You know, because we don't want to put something that is half-baked. We're not trying to create that. And if you've already figured out from a lot of the comments I've been making, I try to set people's expectations as good as possible. I don't want you to think like, oh, it's all going to be quick. No, we want to get you here, but like Nurse Jane mentioned, it's important to be patient in order to get the best service. A lot of the reasons why a lot of people get scammed when looking for jobs abroad is because they are trying to take shortcuts, you know, they're trying to get things done now. No, it doesn't really work that way, not in all cases. Now, what we're trying to do is to make sure that we're able to create a platform that is able to guide people transparently through this processes. Right now, we're also working and speaking with members of the parliament. We've had conversations with the Deputy Minister of Health, the Special Advisor to the Minister of Health. We've been trying to engage key stakeholders that are able to implement good best practices to make sure that this processes of bringing internationally educated nurses is more transparent and it's more helpful to people like you. I mean, things around costs, you know, of relocating, things around costs for exams, licensing, and even the process, the NNAS process and all of those stuff. We are gathering information, and every time we have the opportunity to be in rooms with such powerful people, we are always making the case, trying to make them know, like, look, if you really want these nurses to come, this needs to be done and that needs to be done. So beyond even the platform we're creating, we're also advocating for your benefit as well. Some of the other things that we're also doing on the side is just speaking to equitable employers. What our platform is trying to do is, we're not trying to also engage with employers that are not going to look after your needs, you know, because it's not about, unlike my experience with recruiting nurses as a consulting firm, we're not trying to replicate that here. We're only looking for employers that are able to provide you the best support. We want them to look after you. As we look after you to go through the process, and we hand them over and we hand you over to them, we want to make sure that level of support is also carried on throughout your stay there, because that's the only way that you're going to decide to stay in a community that you're posted in. Because if you don't feel connected, if you don't feel loved, it's very difficult to stay, you know. And we're also trying to make sure that we're setting the right expectations with the employers and making sure that they are aware that if they value your talents, they need to be ready to spend whatever it takes and do whatever it takes to make sure that they have a welcoming environment. The co-founder of Essential Recruits, who is not on this call, and I was speaking to Prince briefly before we jumped on this call. She's a hugely experienced immigration and DEI consultant. And for those on the call who don't know what DEI means, it's diversity, equity, and inclusion, which actually is a term that is very popular in Canada here, where they are trying to make sure that all workplaces do not discriminate based on where you come from. And one of the things that my co-founder is actively doing behind the scenes is to ensure that that these employers are provided training on how to handle immigrants, you know, because sometimes they don't have that empathy. Some places you go to, they don't have that empathy to understand that it's quite difficult to make the transition from a place you call home for so many years and come into a new place. You know, they just think it's just automatic, because a lot of them have also not traveled out of Canada, and that's the truth. So it's very hard for them to understand how you feel coming from your own country into their own country. And we're trying to make sure that we change the mindset that they're not doing you a favor, they are doing themselves a favor and their communities a favor. And it's very important that all the nurses on this call, when you're also applying for these jobs, don't come across as desperate, don't come across as I just need to escape. You know, you have skill, you are valued. Come across like that. Let people know that you're bringing value to them, and be confident in your power. Just like Nurse Jane said, just be yourself, you know, and just leave the rest for God. But beyond all of those things that were said, we also have I've put a partnership in place with a reputable nursing bridging college that can provide NCLEX preparation for nurses that are not aware of what NCLEX is or how to pass the exams. We already have a partnership in place with the college who is able to provide support to any nurse coming through our platform and make in order to see them pass their NCLEX exam in their first sitting. When we're having a conversation with that college, and there was one of the things they said where they're like, we guarantee your money back if they don't pass. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But these are some of the things that we're trying to do to make sure that you're not left alone, you know, through the process of hiring, through the process of the immigration, through the process of your licensure. We're trying to create a platform that can help you do that. And with the permission of Prince, I'm hoping that maybe we can do a follow-up session to this, where I can also invite my co-founder. She's Egyptian as well, so it's not about coming from Nigeria or coming from Africa or even coming from random places. It's all about a community for everyone. It's not just for one type of nurse or the other, you know. And I'm hoping that maybe in the future we can organize a follow-up session where she can speak more on the immigration consulting side of things, or the immigration processes, because she's also a very licensed immigration consultant. And if you notice, I try to stay as much away from those sort of conversations, because I like people that have the exact information that can help you to give you that information themselves, you know. But yeah, these are some of the things that we're doing, and I cannot be more excited about this platform, and I'm looking to even be more of a partner to Principal on this. And as Principal's organization grows, count on the fact that Essential Recruit will be here to make sure that everyone on your platform gets the support they need to make the jump to Canada, the UK, or anywhere they need to go.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. Somebody said I like his choice of words. Of course, definitely you want to listen to Mr. Daniel speak every time. He's very, very meticulous with his choice of words, and of course, he knows how to communicate value when needed. So yeah, so guys, if you are one of those persons, yeah, so just like Mr. Daniel said, before I get into that, it's not about I want to come to Canada. It's not about I want to escape, I want to jackbar, I want to leave Nigeria. Why that is very, very important, the safety of the professionals who are actually coming to Canada through his agency is also paramount to them. Because trust me, in Western world, it's not like in Nigeria where, for example, you go to work and you got pricked by a needle or let's say you contracted COVID-19, the hospital will tell you to stay at home, then you don't come to work for 10 days. Over here, if your staff contract COVID, you are entirely responsible for them. Okay, you have to make sure that if they contract COVID, you're going to pay them when they're at home for at least for some few days. So safety and security of staff members are actually a very huge concern in Canada. I mean, there are laws protecting healthcare professionals, there are laws concerning recruitment and everything. So it's also very, very important for us to know that I mean, for what Daniel and his team are building at Essential Recruits, Essential Healthcare, it's not about coming to Canada to come and work. They're actually helping streamline the process. I mean, when he was telling me about how they have plans in place to ensure that those that are going to be coming through this cohort, they are going to be providing support to get their permanent residency in the shortest possible time. They're also going to be involved in helping them achieve their nursing license in the shortest possible time. I was wowed. I was wowed because, number one, the level of effort and intentionality they put in this, I mean, trust me, it's very, very inspiring. I have not seen, trust me, you guys know me, I'm almost everywhere. I've not seen an organization so far in Canada that, number one, has capacity to bring international applicants, and number two, they are so much interested in ensuring that you come to Canada. You don't have to start worrying about how to become a nurse, how to get my permanent residency. They are going to be providing support for you, and not just, okay, support by asking you to bring your money to do it. They are advocating for you by telling the government to create the right budget to ensure you have a smooth transitioning from a Nigerian RN to a Canadian RN in a very shortest possible time. I mean, he was telling me that it's very possible for them to get it done within 6 months. Guys, I'm telling you, ask your friends in Canada, ask your relative in Canada. The average time right now to become a nurse in Canada is 2 years, like average time. If anybody gets their Canada PIN or license to work as a nurse in 1 year, then that person must be like a very, very smart person. It's like 1 in 1,000. Average people that I know here, some people have been here since 2015, they don't have their license. Damn, right? People have been here since 2013. I know people have been here since 2015, 2014. They've not had their license to practice. And nowadays, with this type of innovative expert like Dan coming in to prioritize the advocacy of helping you to transition smoothly, I think we should definitely look forward to grabbing the opportunity with working with this team. So before we end the call, Dan told me I have 1 hour to spare. We've taken more than 1 hour of his time, and I know he's not going to complain, but deep down, I know he needs to go very soon. So just tell us about the short-term plan we have in place in terms of those already in the UK, then those already in Canada. What plans are in place for them, and how can they join the next batch and cohort? Then finally, tell us how Nigerian nurses can start preparing to maximize opportunity with the organization. Mr. Dan, over to you.
Thanks again, Principal. And I'd just like to clarify that we are not an agency. Yes, we have a recruiter's license and we have an immigration license to help people through this process, but we're not an agency. We are a startup. And anyone that knows about startup, it's just like what you have, the pay stacks and the likes of them. We're creating a software. So we're not just an agency. We're trying to create a software that can streamline these processes for nurses to get jobs, to relocate, and to thrive in communities, not just in Canada, but we are starting with Canada because that's where we are right now. But the goal is to expand into the UK in no time, to expand to the US as quickly as possible, and any other country who would benefit from this platform. And because I've lived in different cities across the world, and a lot of people tend to go with the bandwagon, and say, oh, Canada is where everyone is going to, that's the best place for me. I would shock you to say the best place I've lived in the entire world from a welfare point of view, from a security point of view, from a good work-life balance was in China. And I know before I went to China, my dad was very, 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 very objective to it. And my dad is a retired diplomat now. So when you speak about China, I know where it's coming from in terms of pain, but I'm a very stubborn guy. I'm a Capricorn, so I'm a goat, I'm very stubborn. So it's like, I don't care what anyone thinks, is what I want to do, I go for it, But I went to China and it was a beautiful experience. I lived there for 4 years. And to be honest, if not that I had to go to work on 4 continents, I would have not even left China, And also because China doesn't offer you a pathway to permanent residence or citizenship. That being said, to speak to what Prince Will was speaking about, right now, because we're building a software, and software, it takes time to perfect it, to get the right product market fit. If anyone in the audience knows what I'm talking about, we are trying to trial out what we're doing in batches, so that we can then accommodate everyone. And this software is not just for Nigerians. I know Prince will mention Nigerians, but I'm a Nigerian and I love Nigerians, but it's about everyone, anyone that can benefit from this. We have people, I think I noticed someone, people from Jamaica on the call. My co-founder is currently in Vietnam, actually. I'm trying to build some opportunities there as well. So people from Asia, people from Africa, people from anywhere, can benefit from this. And I just wanted to just highlight that. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to test what we're doing in a series of small cohorts. And the first cohort that we're looking at are people in Canada. One of the best ways to say your product could work is if you're able to test that the quickest. And the only way we can test that the quickest is to talk about people is to take on people in Canada first, and that's why we're doing a small cohort of about 10 nurses that we can place in jobs around here and also help them through the process of immigration and also connect them to the community as well. The second cohort is a much bigger cohort because there's no need to test going backwards. After you've done 10, you increase it, and that's why we're looking to do a second cohort of 30 nurses. And these nurses, at the moment, we're placing a focus on UK licensed nurses. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you worked in the UK for a minimum of about 2 years, we're looking to test it out with you because the immigration process from the UK is much shorter than most other parts of the world. So, for example, in Jane's instance, I believe, if I'm not making the wrong assumption, that she relocated from Nigeria. That took about 8 months. Let's not get blinded by the fact that 8 is a single digit. That is almost 1 year. If we're going to be testing what we're building, we need to test it fast so that the software is ready for more people in no time. That is too long for us. However, based on current processing times from the UK, it takes about 7 weeks. That's the reason why we're doing the second cohort to focus on UK licensed nurses. But after we're done with this, we are now able to open up the platform, because with tests that we're carrying out with these 40 different people, we can then say, we can start hiring nurses from, like someone said in the chat, from Saudi Arabia, from Jamaica, from Ghana, from South Africa, from Hong Kong, because that way people on the platform can start knowing that regardless of how long it takes for them to come here, they are going to be moving through a funnel because we've tested out the processes already. So it's now easier for you. So you're not going to be in the platform and then waiting for 6 million years to come to Canada. That's the idea, and that's the reason why we're doing these things in cohorts and in batches. That being said, I don't know if I answered all of Prince's questions, but please, Prince, feel free to remind me in case I forget anything.
Thank you. You've answered. We actually asked about the UK nurses and, of course, the Canadian nurses. And just like you mentioned, again, we have a slot for 10 of them. So again, guys, if you're on the call and you have a nurse in Canada who is probably coming to school or probably has been having challenge in getting a work permit in Canada, Dan, who is one of the co-founder of the startup, is actually telling us that he's giving us an open slot to actually bring in those people to get their sponsorship to work in Canada. So if you have anybody who is a student who is on their postgraduate permit and is waiting to get a job, looking for a sponsor, please send a DM to us. And of course, we'll be happy to get started with them as early as possible. And I'm sure you understand why we are starting with those in Canada. Then if you're in the UK as well, and you say, okay, I have carefully analyzed situation, and I think I need to be in the UK, in Canada. Many people say UK is the pathway to USA and Canada. So if you're one of those who believe that UK is the pathway, then you want to try it. But UK is a great country. UK is a good country. One of the biggest countries in the world, one of the best currency in the world, fantastic healthcare, good workforce, great people, good accents, good food, good tradition, ancient history. I mean, everything on and on.
I would disagree with good food though. If you except you're speaking about, I was you're speaking about food of other countries in the UK, but my opinion, the UK meal is not good.
Yeah. I mean,
and just to cut you short again, I noticed something in the comment as well. When I said 7 weeks from the UK, that is not for the entire process. That's from an immigration process. It takes 7 weeks to process the visa, the work permit to come to Canada. That is officially. However, immigration backlogs, things could happen, but we're looking at the best possible way to bring the nurses in as the fastest, and that's what I was referring to in 7 weeks. And secondly, I think I saw another question I was just going to quickly just touch on. Let me just look for that real quick. Yes, for now, it's just for UK licensed nurses or nurses that are already in Canada and are looking for a pathway to get a job and ratify their stay. Thanks.
Yeah, so somebody is asking, those are already in the UK, would they need IATS to come through your startup?
Jane has a different experience, but also from the conversations I've had with a lot of stakeholders and as a lot of employers, IELTS is still something that they put some preference on. And I think even from an NMAS perspective as well, and from a provincial licensing perspective, I think they require evidence of English language, which could come in the form of IELTS, or if you worked in the UK, for example, you should be able to get, I think, a document from your employer that says if you've either studied or worked in the UK and your primary form of communication was English, you know? So on the platform, we required that in order to make sure that you have no reason to get either your visas denied or your process not successful. We always recommend the IELTS as well. But but if we have any other information as things goes, that will be updated.
Yeah, definitely. Just like you said, I mean, this is a startup. I mean, it's about tech. It's about using tech to actually create solutions in healthcare. The solutions around healthcare cannot be provided by just individuals. Trust me, we need to integrate computer management, computer engineering, and of course, software development to be able to achieve many of these. And I'm so happy to connect with tech giant. Like you might see him talking like this. This man is a big man, and of course, he's just trying to be very, very calm with us this afternoon. So, guys, we're going to be having question and answer section now in the next. Let me see. Yeah, in the next 5 to 10 minutes, please. If you have a question, just pop it on the Q&A box. Toby, you want to facilitate that, Toby?
Oh yeah. Okay. Guys, if you have any question, please make use of the question and answer session, not the chat box. Right. I believe on your screen you can see the chat box and then you can see the Q&A. So make use of the Q&A to raise your question so that it can be attended to. Any question on the chat box will not be attended to. So please make use of the question and answer session. Yeah. Okay. I'll just go there right now and pick out questions for us to answer.
Okay, that's fine. So if you can see the Q&A, option, type on the chat box, you can see it. If you can't find it, please put it there so that we'll know how to help you. Because there's no point of us giving this presentation today and we're unable to answer your questions. Although Mr. Dan answered the questions from the chat box, but some of us might have specific questions we want to ask on the Q&A area. So please do well to send it that way. We should be ending this call in the next 10 minutes. Like I said, it's not possible for us to talk about the entire process on one single meeting. We're definitely going to be having a follow-up call where we're going to be bringing Mr. Dan, co-founder, and of course, we're going to be bringing more people from the team to talk about how they can support internationally educated nurses through this process in terms of migration, in terms of the nursing, transitioning, and everything we need to know. Thank you so much, Jane. I can see Jane has been hanging on the call. This is why. Thank you so much for joining, Jane. Thank you.
Okay, I have some questions in the Q&A session now, and I would just like to pull them out so that we can respond to them accordingly. Okay, someone is asking, please, can midwives use this route to Canada? Is it only nurses or midwives are also inclusive?
Thank you for that question. At the moment, we're only focused on nurses just because that is one of the most urgent needs. However, the name Essential Recruits is not by chance because the goal is to go beyond just nurses as we grow. And I know like a lot of people from other different professions will also need this sort of opportunities to be able to relocate in the easiest way. But what we're trying to do is to start with a market that we know very well, and that in that case, nurses, so we can provide them the adequate support they need. But with the name Essential Recruits, as the demand for other occupations arise and the demand for opportunities like this arise, we are able to scale and accommodate other people, including doctors, including pharmacists, including even clinical technicians and all of that stuff. But yeah, at the moment, just nurses.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Dan. Very quickly, the next question I'll pull up from here is what type of IELTS is needed? So this person is asking general or academics. I think for people that would need evidence of English proficiency, is it going to be general or academic?
To answer that question, that is a very complex question to answer because unfortunately the Canadian processes, which is also one of the reasons why we're trying to do advocacy as well, is that it's a very not well thought out process. If you're going to come on a work permit, most times they ask you for proof of IELTS. I came on a PR, I also had to write IELTS. So it's not just about nurses or anyone, you know, I also did need to write IELTS, regardless of if I've lived in the UK or anywhere, you know. So if you're coming on a work permit, most times, from what I can see and from my own experience, you need to write the IELTS general. However, when you're submitting your application to the NNAS, which a lot of you already know, you need to submit an IELTS for academic. So it's a very unnecessary process. And unfortunately, that's just the way the Canadian system has set it up. But what we're trying to do is to bring awareness to some of these shortcomings and also see that as we create solutions like this that kind of streamline this process and help people get into the system better, we can also advocate for better streamlined processes of things like this as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for that. All right. There's another question here. This person is saying, does that mean nurses from Nigeria should wait till further notice? You know, I think you talked about the testing phase of the software you're currently building and starting with people already in Canada. So this person is asking, does that mean Nigerian nurses should wait till further notice? I think the answer is yes, but let me just allow you to respond to that.
Thank you for answering that question. And yes, the answer is resounding yes, and not because we don't feel for the need to open this up as quickly as possible, everyone. And that's what we're working hard to try to test as quickly as possible. The wait time might not be that long. However, we need to test this out properly before we open it up to everyone. And that's the reason why we're only focused on UK licensed nurses or nurses in Canada. But the goal is to open it to everyone, you know, and as things change, even the fact that you're connected to Princeville, you would also be getting that information. And once the platform is available for everyone to sign up on, trust me, this group will be one of the very first to get that link to do that. That being said as well, for nurses that are in other parts of the world that are not in the UK or in Canada, there are also so many other opportunities to come to Canada. It's not just through Essential Recruits. We're not just trying to hog the space. We're not trying to be the only ones to help people come over. You know, people like Prince will also helping people come over. I'm sure even if you get in touch with Nurse Jane, she'll also put you across the people that are also looking to come over. We are just offering one of the solutions that could help people come over. But if you need more opportunities or you need to speak to someone who can help you connect to some of these opportunities, just reach out to Princeville and their team. I think they have a lot of resources that can help you make that jump. I mean, Princeville didn't come to Canada through me, but he's in Canada. So that is already an indication that so many people, there are so many other opportunities to do that at the moment, pending when you're waiting for Essential Recruit. But I would love to welcome everyone on board as soon as we're ready for you. And please stay tuned.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me say this very quickly. Based on that response that was just given now, I'm going to encourage everyone currently on this call to join the Empower Nurses platform. If you are currently not on the Empower Nurses WhatsApp platform, the link to that platform will be shared on the Bootcamp page shortly, all right? So that you can keep yourself updated with any updates on the Canada immigration, and also you can always have access to information, resources, and to contacts that can help you facilitate your immigration process to the United Kingdom, to Canada, or any part of the world you want to go. Right. Thank you so much again, Mr. Dan. Okay. I'm going to pull out another question now. Eden, please. You can kindly clarify your question. That's not very clear. Okay, please, what about those of us in Nigeria? That has been answered. Do a UK nurse have to work as an HCA first before working as a nurse in Canada? I think I would call on Prince Will to answer this particular question. Does a UK nurse who is already a registered nurse in the UK, does he have to work as an healthcare assistant first before working as a registered nurse in Canada? Prince Will.
So the thing is, whether you are the best nurse from the US, whether you are the best nurse from New Zealand or Australia, as long as you get into a new country, even if it's in Ghana, in short, if you are the best nurse in USA, you cannot work as a nurse in Ghana. If you are the best nurse in the UK, you cannot work as a nurse in Nigeria. You must go through the country regulatory body, which is the Nurse and Midwifery Council. So it's not about I have a qualification in UK. Why can't I work as a nurse in Canada? The regulatory body are different. So yes, if you come from the UK, you cannot automatically become a nurse. However, there are systems in place to actually support you to achieve your nursing licensure at the earliest possible time, within 3 to 6 months. And just to add about that, what Mr. Dan said, Mr. Dan, I'm not trying to do anything. I want to give some information. I mean, it's talk about people coming to Canada before essential recruit. There are lots of shots. After this section, I'm going to be holding another section before the section with Mr. Dan team, where I'm also going to be sharing with you. I have at my disposal, I have 45 companies in Canada who have the license to bring internationally educated nurses to work in Canada right now. 45 of them and their email. Even the company that brought Nurse Jennifer and the company that brought Nurse Jennifer's friends, I have their email. Remember, Jennifer just sent her CV to the email and she got selected. So we have that in our disposal, and of course, we'll be happy to share with you. So guys, on the chat box, I just posted our YouTube channel link and our Instagram handle. Please, the next section is going to be on our YouTube channel. So please just subscribe. I just shared the YouTube channel post now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel link, and we'll be going live on YouTube in the next few days to talk about that. So follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and follow us on WhatsApp. So once again, if you are a nurse in the US or you are a nurse in UK, you must go through the adaptation program to work as a nurse in Canada. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Prince Will. Thank you for that response. Okay, another one, please. Let me also make this known to everyone. If we are unable to answer your question at the moment, please come to after this session, the Bootcamp page will be open for everyone, to speak. Just bring your questions to the Bootcamp page. If we are unable to answer it now, we are really running out of time. So we're just going to pick some very essential ones, answer them, and if your question wasn't answered, just come to the Bootcamp page and be rest assured to get your questions answered. Yeah, I hope that is right. That's cool. Okay, let's just pick up another one from here. How much is the process? I think something has been said about that. Okay, let's just leave that. Okay, please, is there any opportunity for nurses working in Saudi Arabia? Yeah, we've talked about this as well. After the testing period, this opportunity, the software and the platform will be made available to everyone regardless of your present location. I hope that's right, Mr. Dan. After the testing period.
Sorry, come again with that question.
Yeah, this person is asking if your platform will be available for people working in Saudi Arabia. Maybe you are a registered nurse in Saudi Arabia at the moment, and you want to come in through your platform. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it will be made available to everyone. Yeah.
All Okay, let's just move. Can you help with job offer for someone with NCLEX and IELTS PRASA? Okay, if you have your NCLEX results, you have your IELTS and all other documents that you think it is necessary for you to secure a job or employment in Canada, kindly make use of our email in the chat box. Send us an email at Empower Nurses Consult, and we'll be ready to have a one-on-one consultation session with you where we can offer you some guides and some step-by-step process you can take after getting all the necessary documents you need to migrate. Yeah.
So be just 1 minute. Yeah, very, very important. So I think let me just come on live to say this one. So very important announcement. So Dan, we're going to let you go in the next 2 minutes. Sorry, okay. So for those people who are already nurses in Canada, or those people who are in Nigeria, probably you are applying to get your permanent residency through the West Evaluation Platform, and you've actually started your West. We have a system in place that's going to be starting in October officially. Everything is ready. We've been able to partner with a top Canadian organization. Trust me, even as vast as I am, like as more knowledgeable I am in terms of information, I had to reach out to this company to actually handle my licensure. And with what this company have been doing, I can tell you that by December, I'm going to become a Canadian licensed nurse, because I saw a lot of stuff that I have never imagined. So, I mean, these guys, I just want to introduce them to you so they can help you. So those era of waiting in Canada for 2 years, 3 years without getting your license, those era is over. We have people now that are very, very smart. They have access to technology and are practical, that can actually help you with practical information to get that done. So we are starting an academy by October, first week of October. I spoke with the founder before I jump on this call, and she told me that from October, she's only available to mentor 20 people monthly for the next 3 months. So if you are a nurse here in Canada already, or you are a nurse from Nigeria who want to start the Canada application process, not migration process, Canada nursing registration process. The migration process is different from the registration process, okay? I'm sure those of you in Canada know that already. So if you want to start, like many of us who are in Canada already, probably we came through student visa, work visa, permanent residency, and you want to get your PIN, you want to get your license, we are offering an academy. We are offering a solution by having an academy that will be mentoring 20 people. We're going to be helping you to open your NAS assessment. We're going to be helping you with your documentation. And most importantly, the reason why many nurses get their PIN late in Canada is because their NAS assessment take 1 year for them to get a response, average of 1 to 2 years. Guess what? Our experts at this academy, they have the opportunity to get your NAS ready in 3 months. Trust me, you can't beat that. These guys have the capacity, and if at any point you submit your documents within speculated time, and after 3 months you do not get response from NAS, these guys have direct contact with NAS to serve as an intermediary to ensure that your application is being given the most urgent response to start your application process. So if you're very, very interested in that, she said she wants only 20 people because, I mean, she's also a registered nurse in Canada, and of course she's a married woman, although she has a team members. So she said she can only do for 20, and I've been able to talk with her. Guys, if you want to confirm, go to our Instagram page and check out how much she's charging for this. She charged nothing less than $400 for this. Trust me, if you want to doubt that, go on their page and check it out. She charged $400 for this registration. But guess what? Because of my plea and because of how I've been able to partner with her and talk to her, she has agreed to do this for each person at $100. Trust me, you can't beat that. Mr. Dan is shaking his head because he knows what it means. Those of you that are not here already, you might not know what it means for somebody to say, I'm going to handle your NAS assessment for $100 only. So if you're among those people, please, our WhatsApp message is there. First 20 people only. Send us a direct message. If you have a relative in Canada who have been here for a while, they've not been able to start their NAS. So people have been here that came with some set ago, and when you ask them, how are you going about becoming a nurse, they'll tell you that I never have an idea of how to start. The pathway to becoming a nurse in Canada is like this earpiece. You have to lose it and lose it and lose it, unravel and unravel. And sometimes, if you are not careful and if you don't have a mentor, you're going to cut it. And when you cut it, you're going to start again. All right. So it's good for you to have a mentor who have been there and have done that. And okay, I'm already getting messages of people that want to join the licensing group already. That's fine. That's how to handle things smartly. Just send me a message. Yeah, $100. Send me a message on WhatsApp. First 20 people. The academy is going to be starting first week of October. If you have colleagues who are here in Canada that want to start an NAS assessment, please send them to send us a DM, and we'll be happy to introduce them to the NAS assessment group. And also, if you are here in Nigeria and you say, okay, I'm still waiting for the software development to come to place, but I want to start applying, we have 45 employers email, and I know 2 of the employers that are ready to come on my live channel. Trust me, these guys, gone are the days where people want to advertise, they pay 50,000 naira or they pay 1,000 pounds or $1,000 to advertise to bring people. Nowadays, employers focus on recommended clients. Okay, Prince Will, I understand you have a community of nurses who are registered from Nigeria. Can I collaborate with you? Like, for example, Mr. Dan now. Mr. Dan, I'm sure if you go and Google Mr. Dan, you won't see anything about what he has said today. It's about close association. It's about close network. So we must leverage association, network, and influence to be able to uplift the profile and standard of nurses in Nigeria. So the NAS assessment, message me. If you want to get your CV done, very important, Empower Nurses Consult have a product for that as well. Mr. Toby is one of our CV guest artists. We can help you write a decent and interview-winning CV for UK, Canada, and USA application. And if you're also looking at applying for your master's or postgraduate studies in Canada, USA, and UK, we can also help you write your motivational letter, your statement of purpose, and of course, your personal summary for scholarship application. So all of those, our chat box are there, and please go to DM us. I will let Mr. Daniel go now. Before I go, please find out what Mr. Dan. I'm sorry for keeping you. I'm so sorry. This is not our usual behavior. So sorry for keeping you. You know, tech guys, they don't know how to stay in one place for too long. Yeah, thank you so much. Last words, please, Daniel.
Prince, like it's a huge pleasure, and to be honest, you don't need to apologize. I think you have a very good platform here, and it's a very useful platform to educate people on how to make this jump. I know with all the years of experience I've had in recruiting nurses, one of the major things that a lot of nurses face is a lot of misinformation and a lot of people that are not ready to offer them a good service but collect money from them. So I'm glad that you have this platform that is able to educate nurses on the right ways to go and the right people to connect with as well. That being said, I love your analogy on the NMAS process or licensure process with the earpiece. That was the perfect analogy for it, because it is true. The process to get licensed in Canada and to even come to Canada is not straightforward with all the information that you have. So it's very important that you have opportunities like this to be able to streamline that opportunity and help you get there in the best possible way. That being said, the only thing I can say at this point is Hakuna Matata. It's a Swahili word, and yes, I was taught by my partner, who is Kenyan, and it pretty much just means no worries, okay? If you are in care of Prince Will and the team, and as well in the future, if you're also coming to join the platform Essential Recruit, you have no worries, okay? These platforms exist to take care of you, and it might not be quick, it might not be instant, but you can be assured of good quality support, and that's why we're here. So thank you so much again, Prince Will, and thank you, Toby, as well, for the opportunity to be in this platform. And I'm looking forward to even coming on several more sessions. Just let me know, I'll be here. You have an amazing platform, and I would love to keep on educating people about some of this information. Thank you, and everyone. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Dan. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Dan. Thank you for coming once again. Okay. Firstly, I think we can allow Mr. Dan to leave now, right?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be at the back to him. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Dan. I got your message. Thank you so much for the privilege, and I'll catch you at the back end. All right, okay. Let's just speak. Let's just speak some one or two more questions as we round up this session. Okay. All right. Wait.
You can see what we deal with in Nigeria. somebody is asking that they should give you the list. So we just come on this Zoom now and just say, Ma, come and take all the list of the recruiters that are recruiting in Canada. Yeah. So we are advising you to please, many of you, you know, when you join a group like this, probably because you didn't hear what you like, you just go on the WhatsApp group and leave the group. Like once you leave the group, the money in our account will leave with us as well. If you leave the group, I mean, you are the one losing because probably you are the one probably will not get the more information in future. Many of us are like, okay, once you start this channel today, after today's section, there's going to be a plane in front of your house and say, okay, come and go to Canada from your house. But it doesn't work like that. You have to follow through systematically and get things working out. So guys, if you're on the WhatsApp group, please continue to remain on the WhatsApp group. You're going to get more information there. And of course, I just sent our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Our Instagram handle, please follow. And most importantly, our WhatsApp channel, follow as well. For the NASA assessment, I've gotten 8 people already. So we're going to get 12 more people. And once we get that, the group is closed. I just sent a DM now. I just put it on the chat box, the WhatsApp group for NASA assessment. Please join if you're interested in that. Thank you. So be back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Prince.
So yeah, we can end in 2 minutes, yeah?
Okay. All right. Before we end this call, I would just like to reiterate that every other questions that have been asked here, we can't take all the questions now, obviously. Yeah, we are out of time, like extremely out of time. So please, I'm going to encourage us once again, as soon as we end this meeting, the WhatsApp platform will be open for everyone to send in their questions, the clarification, or you can also direct any support or anything you would like to ask us, right? And we'll be able to attend to it on the WhatsApp platform. As Mr. Prince has said, it will be in your own interest to remain on that WhatsApp platform. It might seem or appear like we are unable to provide every information you need tonight on this meeting, but then I think remaining on the platform will give you access to resources, information, and of course contacts, people, connections that will be able to help provide support and help you facilitate your immigration process. So please remain on the WhatsApp platform. Your questions will be duly attended to. Resend them to the WhatsApp page and we'll attend to them, right? So before we close now, I would like to invite Prince Will again for your last word and encouragement to everyone looking to immigrate into Canada as an international nurse.
All right, yeah. I mean, Canada, just a minute. Canada is a beautiful country. Every country is great. Like I always tell people, USA is great, UK is great, Dubai, UAE is great, Australia is great, New Zealand is great. But you must also know that in leaving your home country, which is
Oops, I just lost Prince Will. I think that could be due to his network, right? Okay, this is Jane. Are you still with us on this call? Kindly unmute your mic and video to give your last word and encouragement to everyone looking to take their journey international as a registered nurse. Thank you, Jane.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I saw a lot of comments and talks and everything. So from Mr. Daniel, thank you so much. Yes, you've left. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Daniel, thank you so much for this platform, for this Zoom meeting. And everyone, please stay put on the group. I see a lot of comments like, I need your handle, I need your phone number, I need this. Just stay put on the WhatsApp group. We're in all of this together, me, Prince Will, and the whole team. It's a team thing, so you cannot get my phone numbers or my handles. Thank you so much. So like Prince Will have said, they'll get across to you the recruitment agency, like maybe my employers, Prince Will already know the platform I came from, so it's going to come on the group. So one of the things we need to do is please be patient. It's going to come to us on the WhatsApp group. It's going. Prince Will has already said we're going to have another meeting, right? Am I correct? Another meeting where All of these
definitely, yeah.
All of these will be unveiled to us. So please stay put on the group. Don't leave. If you leave, that's on you. I just want to say that, yes, I know probably we might have to say this on the next meeting, but coming to Canada it's one thing and adjusting in Canada is another thing. So please get your mind prepared when you want to move. Don't just say, okay, fine, they're getting me employment letter and I'm coming to Canada and all of that. And I'm so sure that Prince is going to take us through that process. So please stay put, remain on the group. More information is going to come. And don't say because of, I saw some people saying, I'm so angry, Mr. Daniel. I thought I'm going to kickstart this night. No, it's not easy. Even for us that came. I'm sorry, Prince, it wasn't easy for you too when you moved from UK to Canada. You didn't just do it in a day, you get. So please, the only thing I can say is please be patient through this process. Just stay on the group. More information will come. Some people are asking what is the cost. Just relax. Relax your mind. Like, you know how they say, be calming down, you get. So please, guys, just stay put on the group. That's the most important thing. Don't leave the group. Just stay on the group. You get a lot of information. And I'm so sure that if it was easy for you guys to sort that information, you won't be on that group. This is Principal is doing a good job, and his team is doing a good job on getting information for Nigerian nurses. It's not easy, trust me. So please don't take it for granted and put up some comments and stuff like that. It's not really easy for him. And thank you so much, Principal, for this this Zoom meeting and all the things you do for the Nigerian nurses. We see it and we are grateful to you and your team. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Jane. I mean, thank you so much for honoring our invitation in the shortest possible time. We really appreciate it. Just like Jane, please be patient with us. And I did 16-hour shift yesterday. I was just telling Jane, I did 16-hour shift on Sunday, on Monday and Tuesday. Today's supposed to be my only rest day, and I'm here again organizing meeting. I mean, Toby was telling me that Prince, we have over 500 people coming for this platform. We have to pay close to almost $100 to get this meeting, like increase the volume of people that are here today at our cost. So, I mean, we are not just doing this because probably there's something we are gaining from it, but it's because we as a community, we as an organization, we are committed to investing in human capital development of nursing in Nigeria, and of course to see that nurses maximize the opportunity of the new era. A special appreciation to my man, our technical guy from ENC, Toby. I mean, he has put everything up today. He's supposed to be sleeping, but I have to bring him up from his sleep. And I really, really appreciate him for helping us. So please, guys, special shout out to Toby. Say a word for Toby in the comment section. And thank you so much, Toby. Thank you. You're the man. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Prince Will. I think Nozo Fela, it soon be. I think I will receive a knock. I will receive a knock on my head if Nozo Fela didn't say anything on this meeting tonight. Nozo Fela, you're welcome back.
Yes, I had another meeting, so I had to quickly leave to attend to my meeting. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. It's afternoon here. Good evening, if you're in Nigeria. How are you all doing? Prince Will, thank you. Hi, Daniel. How are you doing? I listened to the session from, I think I just left about 30 minutes ago, so I've been around all the while. So thank you very much. That was a great session. And then to our participants, thank you for finding time to join us tonight. Just like everyone has said, there's no rush, but it's better to have the information handy so that you can start working towards it. Because when you don't have it handy is when you are not prepared. Yeah, with the information you have tonight, you can prepare and then, pass it across. The email is there. You can always reach out to Empower Nurses. Yeah, Toby, thank you so much for always coming. Toby is always available. So anyway, please, anything with Toby no day, what do you go do?
I don't know. I'm not going to do that meeting.
Because Toby is the number one stakeholder.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for having us. Thank you.
Okay. Right about now, I would like to bring this meeting to a close. Okay, and another announcement: the recording of this session will be made available in case you've missed an information or you couldn't catch up or remember some of the things that were said during this session. So the recording will be made available. So please watch out for that. Okay. Before we close, Prince Will, any other thing? Before we close?
No, just stay on the group. Like I said, we're going to share more information on the group. So stay on the group. I have a special section where I'll be handling. I mean, those of you that know me, We know what you want. Trust me, we know what you want. I'm sure some of us want us to talk about step-by-step process from A to Z. No wahala, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to be bringing more nurses who came to Canada through this pathway to come and share their experience, to come and talk about it face-to-face with you. What was the first step, second step, third step, and it's going to be holding on our YouTube channel. So please join our WhatsApp group and click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Once again, stay tuned to information and updates on our WhatsApp channel. Follow our Instagram page. I'm going to drop the handle again. Okay, this is for the WhatsApp. You can also always get the IG and do our YouTube channel link on our WhatsApp page. Just follow us. I trust me, you're going to get access to a lot of resources on Googleable information that you can't get anywhere else. So thank you so much once again, everyone.
Sorry, Toby. Sorry,
okay.
everyone. Toby.
Okay.
Do you know if Jen is still on this platform?
Yes, please.
The lady that spoke.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I'll talk to Prince about it. I would like to have a meeting with her, maybe outside this place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you, Nosofela.
Hi, Jane. Sorry, Jane, if you're still here and can hear me, I sent you a personal message. You can check. I don't know if you got it. Like, you can send a chat to somebody. So just check. But if not, I can always reach out to Prince to get your contact and all of that.
Yeah, I saw it. I'll reach out to you. Thank you so much.
All
right. Once again, thank you so much, everyone. Jane, thank you for coming. Nosofela and my Oga at the top, Prince, thank you so much for the privilege. Always, it's been a nice thing working with you, and cheers to more over days together. So, all right, everyone. Good night. Have a wonderful night rest. Enjoy the rest of your day from any part of the country you are connecting from, and we'll catch up on the other side of this meeting. Thank you so much.